Good evening. You are now watching the 4 p.m. breaking news with me, Nisrina Martyza. Today's headline will be the pros and cons of online school. The COVID-19 pandemic has made a very big disadvantages, including the educational world, such as schools and universities. Because of this, the students are now learning by online classes. And sure, every situation has its own pros and cons. We are now going to see some opinions from two sides, from the student and the teacher, who is experiencing the new method of learning. Moving on to the student, we have our reporter, Rania Afrah, who will be reporting with our guest, Dynda Naila from the 36th Senior High School.
Thank you, Nisrina from Studio 5. I'm here now with one of the 36 senior high school students to talk about the pros and cons of online school. Thank you, Dynda, for being here with us from 4 p.m. Breaking News. How are you, Dynda?
I'm fine, thank you. How about you?
I'm good. Now moving into the questions. What do you think about this new method of learning as students?
I think this new change of method of learning is confusing me. And I feel a bit strange to this new method because when we did offline learning, I can easily understand the subject because it is delivered straight from the teacher to the students.
Okay, what is the first thing you feel when you're doing online school?
It's confusing and very hard to understand.
Okay, what solution can you give as a student about online school?
I hope the teacher will reduce the assignment and give us more effective materials or theories. So, we as students won't feel left out.
Okay, Dynda. Thank you, Dynda. Now back to Nisrina at Studio 5 and good evening. Bye.
Thank you, Rania, for the report. And now we have teacher representative as our guest star. Good evening, Miss Nadila. How do you do?
Fine, thank you. How about you?
I'm good too. Thank you, Miss Nadila, for being here with us, even though you can't be here in the studio.
It's fine. Don't mention it.
So, I'm going to ask you a few questions about the pros and cons of online school. Is there any difficulties doing online school as a teacher?
Sure there are. Because you can only explain lesson via online platform. Maybe there's only some of the students who can understand it, and there are network problems sometimes.
Well, how do you handle the difficulties then?
As a teacher, I usually give them theories in PowerPoint form, and sometimes I give them a chance to ask about the theories through chat if they haven't fully understand the theories we are learning.
What method do you use to make learning more interesting and understandable?
We teachers surely have to find a way to make the student interested in learning, such as not giving them too much assignment that will surely make them feel exhausted. And we also do some chit-chat in between our periods so it's not always serious.
That's a good way to make students feel more easy in class.
Yes, thank you.
We are now already at the end of our segment. Thank you, Miss Nadila, for your time here with us. I hope you will stay healthy so you can do better teaching to your students.
Thank you too for having me as your guest.
Yes. And that was the 4 p.m. breaking news with me, Nisrina Martyza. Have a good evening and goodbye.